Do I look like a troll? This hairdo of mine. Okay, we're going to let some people join. I'm getting ready because I have to go to the doctor today. Fun. So let's let some people join. What is today? Tuesday? Yeah. It's Tuesday. I'm going live from my computer. I usually go live from my cell phone unless I go live that's scheduled and then I live through StreamYard. But today I'm doing something different. I'm not going live through StreamYard. So I'm really not sure how this is going to work. You would think, because I'm an influencer, that I would absolutely know everything, right, about YouTube and stuff. I don't. I look like a troll. Hey, guys. I thought I would come on here. I'm getting ready because I have to go to the doctor. And I thought it's pouring down raining outside. And I thought I would come on here and say hi and get ready. I do feel better. I do feel better. My boo-boo is better. You want to see it? It's not bad. But that was just the top layer. Thursday is going to be a train wreck. So today I'm going to the dentist because I really, I'm new to melanoma. And so apparently they do this to everyone. But when you have melanoma, they tell you that you have to go to the dentist, the eye doctor, and the gynecologist for a girl. I don't know what they tell boys. So today I have to go to the dentist. So apparently melanoma can spread to your gums. Who would have known that? Not me. And it can spread to your eyes, and it can spread to your where the sun don't shine. So I have to go to all three of those appointments. I've already been to the eye doctor. I went to the eye doctor. Was it last week? I think it was last week. But I didn't know it could spread to my eyes. And that day I had gone to the ENT because I had surgery 8 weeks ago. And he told me that in the near future I was going to need hearing aids. And I was like, what? And so that afternoon I had my yearly eye exam. And the doctor told me I had cataracts. And I was like, I said to the eye doctor, I said, I cannot handle this. And he said, what? And I said, to hear that I have cataracts and need hearing aids in the same day. I said, I have melanoma. I said, I'm fixing to be a grandmother. I was like, my life is totally changing. He goes, wait a minute. You have melanoma? I said, yes. And he goes, hang on. He goes, Judy, you should have told me this in the beginning. And I was like, well, I didn't know to tell you. And he said, well, you need to look and see if there's melanoma in your eyes. I'm surprised they didn't tell you to come to me. Well, at this point, they hadn't. And I said, well, they didn't. And he goes, well, let me look. And of course, I didn't have melanoma in my eyes. So then last Thursday, when I went to have this procedure, they said, you need to go to the dentist, the eye doctor. I said, well, I've already been to the eye doctor. And he was concerned on the fact that you didn't tell me to come to the eye doctor. And she said, yeah, when you have melanoma, we suggest you go to those places because it can spread. But I do not feel worried at all. I mean, I would think that if I had melanoma in my mouth, I'd have a sore or something, and I don't. I did break 4 teeth, though. So I'm kind of, but that's because I brushed my teeth hard. So I'm probably going to get in trouble. I didn't even know I was doing it. Uh, but anyway, my teeth are falling apart. It's like hearing aids, cataracts, melanoma, breaking my teeth. Like, daggum. I am not growing old gracefully. That's for dang sure. And I don't know about you, but I say all the time, I say, I take really good care of myself. Do y'all say that? Like, I take care of myself. I exercise, I drink water, like, and I don't. I mean, if you stop and think about it for just a minute, there's confessions that I need to make. Okay. I had skin cancer. I was living at the beach and had to get on chemo for skin cancer. Now, it wasn't melanoma, but I had skin cancer all over my chest. And so that was 8 or 9 years ago, 8 years ago. I haven't been back to the skin doctor in 8 years, although I take really good care of myself. Then, when I moved here, I hadn't been to the girly girl doctor since I moved here until last year. So I went 7 years without a yearly exam. But although I take real good care of myself, you know what I'm saying? And I was thinking about it, and I was thinking, y'all can help me with this. But what doctors do you need to visit on a yearly basis? Like your primary care doctor to do blood work. If you're a girl, a gynecologist to do a pap smear and a mammogram. The skin doctor, your eyes checked. You go to the dentist twice a year, every 6 months. Am I leaving I got to put my glasses on. Am I leaving some doctor out that you're supposed to go to yearly? That is the $1,000,000 question. I think that's all. I guess, does a guy go to a urologist? I think his primary care, Shane's primary care doctor, uh, does his PSA. But should you go to the heart doctor every year? Oh, you have to have a stress test. But what age is that? 55. Oh, you have to have a colonoscopy. I think the colonoscopy is if they show no polyps every 10 years. Is that right? Yeah, Teresa just said, I don't have to have one for 10 years because I didn't have any polyps. But Shane goes to the heart doctor every year, but he has high blood pressure. I don't have high blood pressure. So I don't think, but if you think about it, when you sit here and talk, you think, oh, I take really good care of myself. I watch my sugar, I drink my water, I don't drink but 2 cups of coffee a day. I don't drink a lot of caffeine. I'm active. And I have train wreck written across my forehead. And the whole time I was here, when we moved here, I kept going, I need to find a gynecologist. But I hate going. I've had a hysterectomy, but I do have one ovary. So I kept like making the excuse, well, I've had a hysterectomy. It's not like I could have cervical cancer. I don't have a cervix. So like I just kept telling myself it's okay. And then I forced myself to go because I don't remember why. And so she goes, Judy, just because you've had a hysterectomy does not mean you get the clearance of cancer. And I was like, well, what kind of cancer can you have in your down there if I don't have a cervix? And I mean, you could have, she said there's such thing as called vagina cancer. I didn't know that. And obviously, that's why they're telling me to go. I guess. I guess you can get melanoma in your vagina. I don't, I don't know. Apparently. But like she said, just because you've had a hysterectomy doesn't give you a free pass to not come see me every year. I was like, okay. So I really like her. As a matter of fact, I don't know if I told y'all this. You want to talk about embarrassing? I think I did tell y'all this, but I'll repeat it in case somebody's on here that didn't hear it. But okay. I think the worst part about being on social media and having a following is getting recognized at the doctor's office. Swear. And every single time I go, it's awful because they recognize me. And so I go to the gynecologist, right? And, you know, the first thing to do as a nurse, if you're a guy, I'll just tell you, the first thing to do is make you get undressed, because they have to check your boobs and your your cootie coo, whatever you want to call it. And so you have to get completely naked and put on the little dress, and then the doctor comes in, to do your procedures. So the doctor walks in, and she saw my chart and she saw my name. And she said, "Are you Judy Snead that has Snead's Farmhouse?" And I was like, "Oh, shh. Tell me no. Tell me no." I said, "Yes." And she said, "Judy, I have a birthday party that I rented on Sunday at your farm." I said, and then I started putting the names together. And I was like, "Massengale, you're the doctor. I didn't know you were a doctor, but you're the one that's the birthday party Sunday." I was like, "What are the chances of me sitting here butt naked in a gown, and she's fitting to be all in my business, and she has a birthday party at my farm on Sunday?" And I thought, I mean, straight up embarrassing. But at least it was a woman. You know what I'm saying? If it would have been a man, it'd been even worse. But I hate. One day, I went to get my medicine at the pharmacy, and I was standing at the pharmacy getting my mental nervous medicine. And the lady at the front goes, "Are you Aunt Judy?" I'm like, "Oh, here I am getting all my mental nervous medicine." I said, "Well, at least I'm honest." I say, I do take medicine. I have to be honest. But it's like when you get noticed when you're at the doctor, it's kind of like it kind of makes you not want to go to the doctor in your hometown, kind of. You're like, "Oh God, I don't want to go. I don't want to go get my prescription, I don't know." And then go, "Oh, Aunt Judy's on Valium." So I went to the ENT and he gave me Valium. I did not get it filled, just to let you know, because I am not taking Valium. But he wanted to give me Valium for my ears. And when I pulled up, I'm like, "Oh God, they know who I am." I'm over here getting, I get Valium and I'm over here. You know what I mean? Like, it's just embarrassing. But I got recognized at the my very first ENT appointment, I got recognized. That wasn't so bad. All I had to do is stand there and pay a copay, so it wasn't as bad. But when you're in stirrups and she's like, "Are you Aunt Judy?" You know what I'm saying? Oh, could you wait till I get out of stirrups to ask me that? You know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm putting on a little bit more makeup than I normally do. I'm just kind of playing. Um, so I guess what I'm trying to say is to be healthy, you really should be checking on these things. If you haven't had your colonoscopy, I know it's terrible to drink that crap and be put to sleep and ram a rod up your butt, but listen, we have to do it to stay healthy. We do. And when you are going through the procedure and you're like, oh my God, I am. Do y'all remember, was it Lester that had a colonoscopy? It kind of makes you laugh because you know what he's doing, right? He's running to the bathroom constantly. But like we all have been through it, right? I mean, we have. So we get you when you're like telling us, I got to prep for a colonoscopy tonight. We can all sympathize with you because chances are we've done it before. But in order to take care of ourselves and to be the best version of ourselves, we really should be getting regular checkups. And so many times, I know for women, there's nothing worse than having a pap smear. We all hate it. I literally hate it. But we have to do it to stay healthy. So if you haven't had your pap smear, you need to go have your pap smear and your mammogram. If you haven't had your colonoscopy, baby girl, baby boy, you need to go get your colonoscopy. Just get it over with, okay? It could save your life. If you haven't been to the skin doctor in 7 years, chances are you need to go to the skin doctor, okay? I have been shocked at how many of you have shared with me your story of your loved ones passing away with melanoma. And a lot of times when you think about skin cancer, you kind of think, I mean, it's like we do know that it can spread and it can kill us, but like it's like in our heads, it's just like, well, it's just skin cancer. You know what I mean? It's just everybody has skin cancer. You know, it's kind of like you pass it off as it's not a big deal. And then when you get melanoma and you start talking to other people about melanoma and you realize all the people that have lost their loved ones over melanoma, it kind of makes you take things a little bit different, because I'm very blessed in the sense that I haven't been in 7 years and it has not spread. I'm very lucky. Then again, I haven't been to the dentist and the girly girl doctor, but I assume it hasn't spread. But we just, it's like sometimes as human beings, we're like kids and we think it's not going to happen to us. You know what I'm saying? It's like you just think those things don't happen to your family. And then all of a sudden it does. And you're it's kind of like a wake up call. So if you haven't been to the skin doctor, go to the skin doctor. If you haven't had your yearly checkup, you need to go get your blood work. None of us like to get, if you're like your Aunt Judy and they can't get a vein, sometimes I don't want to make an appointment for my yearly because I know they're going to draw blood. And I'm like, those jokers are not going to be able to get a vein and I'm going to hit the floor. And so it makes me not want to make an appointment. But I always try to remember that it can save my life. And the things I know for myself, if you're one of those people that can't get a vein, I know if I pump myself with fluids like a couple of days beforehand, it's like my veins do better versus being dehydrated. If you're like a phlebotomist, you probably can vouch for me that people don't need to be dehydrated when they get their blood drawn. So I know I have to go to the doctor tomorrow. I have doctor's appointments for the next month and a half. So Wednesday, I have to go to my primary care doctor, and I'm drinking. I'm like, Judy, don't go to the doctor dehydrated. So if you haven't made your yearly appointment, set that reminder in your phone to make your yearly appointment. If you have high blood pressure, I guess the primary care doctor would tell you that you need to go to the cardiologist. I don't know. Does everybody get it? Do you have to get a stress test at a certain age? I don't even know. Probably do. Let me see what y'all are saying because I don't know the answer. You're 58. I had a stress test one time when I was living at Stapleton. Can't remember why. I mean, obviously I passed it, but you know, if you're the type of person that can't get on a treadmill, you know, they have that chemical. Is that what it's called? Chemical stress test? That's what Larry had to have. You need to go to the dentist and get your teeth cleaned. Take care of yourself. What else? I really shouldn't wear my hair like this. My hair's a train wreck. I'll roll it. Maybe it'll look halfway decent. Because I can't. If I'm going to the dentist, I'm going to have to lay down in a chair. So I can't wear my everyday hair clip. My everyday, I don't want to fix my hair clip. I got rained on today. It's pouring down rain here, so I have been rained on. But oftentimes, like I said, I tell myself I take care of myself, and I've realized that I really don't. I do take care of myself mentally. I do go to the doctor regularly. Spiritually, I could work on that. I don't think I've mastered that. Emotionally, I would say emotionally, it's a work in progress. But I felt a little mad at myself because I've waited so long to go to the skin doctor. But as I think about things, the reason I made an appointment is because a spot came up on my leg. And I looked at Shane and I said, "This is cancer." Because I've had it before. I know what it looks like. But it wasn't a mole. It was like a flaky spot. But that's how this was when I had to take that chemo. So I knew flaky spot that you peel off and then it keeps coming back, that has cancer all over it. I know that. It's not my first rodeo. So I knew that I needed to go get that spot checked on my leg. But I had no clue that the spot on my calf and the spot on my arm and the spot on my back was melanoma. To be honest with you, the one that was on my calf, okay, just to let you know, if you don't know about melanoma, it was raised and it was two-toned. That's a dead giveaway for melanoma. Know that. The flaky peel off come back is usually not melanoma, but oh, I know. Hang on. I have my report. I can't remember what it's called. I probably won't even be able to pronounce it. Okay, let's see. Squamous cell carcinoma. It was what the kind that you peel off and then it keeps coming back is squamous cell carcinoma. It still has to have surgery, but it's not melanoma. Then my left upper back is malignant melanoma. So that, yes. And then on my calf, was melanoma, but I got lucky because when they did my biopsy, they got all the melanoma off and I don't have to have surgery on my calf. So that was a blessing. But then this right here, see, I've been live for 400 years and I wear sleeveless shirts and not one of y'all noticed that I had melanoma right there. See, it is severe ATYPIA. I don't know what that means. So I have to have surgery on that. And the one on my thigh that peels off, it has that where you have to, the surgery that I have to have is the kind that they take off in layers and it takes forever. So they told me to plan on being in surgery for about 2 hours. That sounds fun. But the other surgery, when you actually have been diagnosed with melanoma, they don't take it off layer by layer and go put it under a microscope and do it all in one day. It can't be like that. They have to send it off. So that's what I'm having Thursday. So if you notice suspicious spots on you, now you know if there's something crusty, like on your face, and you peel it off and you think something's on your face and then it comes back and it keeps coming back, basal cell carcinoma. You got to have surgery. I was talking to one of the backup dancers, actually, two of the backup dancers, and one of them's mother had that on her nose, and they had to remove half her nose. And then she had to go to a plastic surgeon to have her nose rebuilt. I guess she had skin grafts. That's a lot. At least I don't have to do that. So when we talk about being the best version of ourselves, are you really the best version of yourself? Are you like me and say, oh yeah, I take really good care of myself? And you haven't been to the doctor in 7 years? We worrying about everybody else but ourselves. You know what I'm screaming? I've learned the hard way, unfortunately. You know, you getting in everybody else's business but your own. You trying to fix everybody else but yourself because you think you're there's nothing wrong with you, right? There ain't nothing wrong with me. We're bad about that. We really are. I say we. I guess I should say I. I don't know how you are. I'm sorry I said that. Guess that was judgmental. But if you're like me, you know what I mean. We tend to think we got our crap straight. And we don't. You know, it's from. Is anybody coming to pedals? Pedals from the past? I forgot all the channels that are going to. There's a lot of channels I've never heard of that are going to be there. Let's see. Who is going to be there? Well, Suits from Boots is new. They've never been there. She's never been there before. Of course, you know, it's really kind of Cog Hill's event. They're always the main character. And Head Family Farm, Just Dig It Farm, Walker Family Farm. You know, they're from Oklahoma. I don't know if Eddie Family Farm's coming. Maybe. Do y'all know? I forgot. Y'all have seen the post, I'm sure. It's a fun event. Last year, I didn't get to go last year because of Larry. I curled and it's still a train wreck. Oh, Lord. I wish I had good hair, but I don't. So I may come hobbling to pedals because that's my leg surgery 2 days beforehand. But I'm a tough cookie. I'll be all right. People are like, Judy, you still going? Well, heck yeah, I'm going. I'm going. I'm going. I wouldn't miss it. You guys are going to take the time to get on an airplane and come see us. You think I ain't coming? I'm coming. And the people that are coming to my house on the 19th, people have been questioning me because my surgery's the 18th. Should I come? Are you kidding me right now? Yes. Shane will be here. If I'm laid out, y'all can meet Shane. Retha Charlotte and Susan Stevens has agreed to help me with farm chores and stuff so that I can get to pedals on time because I live an hour and a half away from pedals. So we have to have our booth up and ready, I think at 8 o'clock, which means I would have to leave here at least by 6 o'clock in the morning to get there and get everything set up and ready by 8. Well, don't forget that I have Larry and I have a farm. So that would mean I'm going to have to get up about 4:30 to get myself ready and to do farm chores before leaving my house at 6 o'clock. So when you come to pedals, if I look like this, it's because I've been up since 4 o'clock. I've done farm chores. I've gotten myself ready and I've set up my booth for pedals. So if I look like who to thunk it and my eyes are crossed, it's because I'm tired. Oh, I may have to drink caffeine that day. I need some earrings on. One of y'all gave me, can't remember who gave me these. One of y'all gave me these little chicken earrings. I can't remember who gave them to me. Thank you. I'm going to wear them today. All right. If Amy is on here, Amy, Shane finished your peacock picture and I put it together. So I am going to the post office to mail your peacock picture today. I've got to go to Ulta to get makeup. And I have to be at the dentist at 2 o'clock. So I guess I better go. My video comes out today. I am going to have to post it a little early because I have to be in the dental chair at 2:30. So I probably will post it maybe. I tell you what, let's just go ahead and post it because I'm scared I'm going to forget. Hang on. Is spinning. Oh, shoot, my description didn't go in. I'll post it in the next 5 or 10 minutes. So just know that we on the struggle bus over here. I thought I did it. Apparently I didn't. I love you guys. So be looking for my video in the next 5, 10 minutes as soon as I get my description. Thank you for joining me today. Thanks for being with me as I get ready. And hopefully when I go to the dentist, I get good news that it has not spread to my jaw or whatever, gums. But I feel certain I'm fine. So I love you guys, and I don't know how to end this video. Oh, there we go. Okay, bye.